everyone, and welcome to the Sohria Alexander Show. Welcome, one and all. How are you people doing? My listeners on Liberty 92.3 FM, from the north of the island to the south of the island, to the east of the island, and to the west of the island, I bid you good evening. And also to all my social media audience, YouTube, Facebook, on the apps, wherever you may be, a pleasant good evening to you. How are you, my people? How was your day? I know I have people from, St. Vincent, Barbados, and Grenada. I have from all the Caribbean islands. And I have been asking y'all, how are y'all coping, or what happened due to the storm breath. And it seems a lot of people fared well, but there was a lot of property damage in terms of roof, in terms of, people losing their furniture and stuff. But we have to say thank God for life. And it is so wonderful to be in the land of the living. Let's make every day a special day. How are you, everybody? How are you otherwise? It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And any day above ground is a marvelous day. It's a wonderful day. Every day, try to do good. Every day, try to do good. Even if it is just a smile you give someone, because sometimes you may be somewhere and you just give that person a little smile, a little wink, and they're like, that's all they needed. You don't know what that person is going through, or, when they left home, what happened, or on the job. So anytime you see somebody, just smile. It's good to smile. And I remember walking in town last week with my son, and then I was talking to him about something that was very deep, I can't remember exactly what. And this Rasta man turned back and he just smiled and he shake his head and stuff. You must be conscious. Talk about conscious stuff. And sometimes, I was even talking to the Rasta, talking to my son, and we were going somewhere, and then he heard our conversation, and he smiled. I wasn't like, I'm watching. I just gave him a nice smile. Let's be cool and kind to each other. The world needs us to be kind to each other. The world is already so bad. It is very bad. And one thing I find in this country, there is just so much fight down. I have experienced fight down so much. I'm still experiencing fight down. There is so much fight down in this country. It is unbelievable. Okay? And if you are not following me, Radio Land, Facebook, wherever you are, YouTube, follow me on Sohria Alexander. Remember, my name is unique. It's spelled differently. Sohria, Alexander, Alexander. Follow me. People, I am a very real person. I am not going to subject myself to anybody's opinion. Your opinion is yours, but I'm not going to subject myself to your opinion and for me to become your enemy or you to become my enemy. If you want to become my enemy, it's cool. I have no problem with that. One less person to dingole with and quarrel with. I ain't time for that. But we must learn to respect people's opinion. And this St. Lucia has a nasty culture. Before I get into my topic, I believe I need to wrap with you. St. Lucia have a nasty culture. One thing about me, I like to see people excel. We like to fight down each other. And it is a shame. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you an example. For instance, me, people, you can support my show. You can buy me coffees. Those on the social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook, it will be very easy for you to buy coffees or purchase stars. And as I said to you before, what I did, I monetized my page with Buy Me a Coffee, because as top tier content creators, you spend a lot of money, and getting coffees help us creators to continue coming here to speak to you. So in my other shows, I had my lies. Well, I still have it here, my lies and deceit. And let me tell you, the fight done by people was so ridiculous that right now they are using the same Buy Me a Coffee on their shows. Now that's their business if they want to use it, but do not fight down a creator. Do not fight down me when I use it, right? And saying I made money. Coming here to talk to you is money. So don't say I use it to make money, and then you using the people's platform, not even really to help you as a content creator, but pretending you're gonna help other people. There is so much fight down in this country, let me tell you, and I will always listen to my father from the grave. Stay away from St. Lucians, because St. Lucians fight you down. Who you think that will support you more? It's not your fellow people. So I have Buy Me a Coffee on my platform. I have not really been pushing it, because I just want to keep within my time, but I'm going to push it tonight. If you like my content, and this is a top tier creator, if you like my content, you can purchase coffees. It's a coffee, a digital coffee to assist me continue doing good work, and it is $3 US. The process is very seamless, just like you purchasing stars. So you have an option to purchase stars for Soso or buy coffees for Soso. And let me tell you how good my work is. When I did Comedy Central on Saturday, after the show finished, there was this US citizen pilot who messaged me and said, so you were on my mind for the whole day, and I really don't need to talk to you. I guess, he reads my page a lot, and he said, just keep on thriving, so your show is magnificent, the quality, the standard, and it is just, let me see if I get his message. Let me read what he said. He had a long convo with me, and let me see if yes, I get his message, right? And to show you people listen to me. So I cannot really come here, right? I really just cannot come here and present a bad service to you. They have people listening to me all over the world, right? So we cannot be jealous of people. You understand? We can, and people are getting so attached to Soso because of who I am. Somebody said to me they love me because I'm funny. Yes, people, we gotta be funny. But people know me that when it's time to get serious, I am serious. And then he said, I'm good, just got home from work. You crossed my mind today. I said, I'll buzz you. How are you and the boys? Right? That's a US citizen, a pilot. Came from work. And then he said to me, so I was trying to buy coffees for you. Yes, people are supporting Soso. They are buying coffees. Not because I'm coming here to say to you that my coffees support me in coffees so I can help the elderly. I'll not tell you that. My coffees are for me to continue bringing good content to you. So buy me a coffee. If you're listening tonight, a coffee is $3 US. Unlike people that selling their coffee $5 US, I don't do that, right? $3 US is like $8 and some cents. So he said to me, so I was trying to buy you coffees, because I saw you put the link, but it didn't go through. And he said, I said, what does it say? And he said, it says check your bank. And I tell him I understand why. Because me too, when I have to pay my overseas vendors, for all my softwares and stuff, sometimes the bank block it, the credit card, I don't use credit card, but the card provider, as I tell you, Sarah from credit card, Malewe, that put in you poor, that put in you don't do credit card. Use your own money. If you don't have money to buy something, don't buy it. So I said to him, I understand what's happening, because sometimes, I had to pay a supplier of mine, and then it just wouldn't go through, and the bank was blocking it. So they had to go higher and for me to be able to pay it. So then I tell him, well, this is what. He says, okay, so on my day off when I'm not flying, I am going to get you some coffee. So I want the people who want to compete with me. I am not in competition with nobody. The only person I am in competition with is myself. And this is why I excel. Because I don't look left, I don't look right. And then, this person has been following me, all my shows. And this person said, good night, hon. Sleep well. Continue doing big things. I'm proud of you also. People will also make noise, but your show is art, and you're the artist. Paint your picture however you want. Give the world a perspective they have never seen. And this is exactly what I am doing. Always be you. Always let what you do come from within. If it comes from within, without any malice, without any bad mind, you will proceed. Right? He said, no. He said, when I come to St. Lucia, I'll have to buy you a literal coffee, bring you for dinner or something. He was just, just saying that. So people are watching the show. They are watching what I present. When I'm on my page, I am very jokey. I say what I have to say. When I come on my show, I come to speak to your soul. I come for you to understand, right? So I do not have time every time. The link is at the bottom, people. Y'all are not blind. That's for the YouTube and Facebook. And then for those in Radio Land who may want to support, as I said, you can, my number is on my page, or you can message me. We are fine with that. But the monies you are going to be buying the coffees, buying the stars, or sponsoring me is for me. It's not for anybody else. We don't do that here. I am not a charity. I am not collecting money for any elderly. I am not collecting money for people roof. I am not a bona fide charitable organization. I am the Sohria Alexander Show, coming here to empower your mind. And with this, we're going to take our first commercial break.
Catch the Sohria Alexander Show on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on 92.3 Liberty FM. This show will revolutionize your mind. Your host, Soso, awaits you. See you there.
Business owners, are you looking for affordable advertising options? Yes, you see, the Sohria Alexander Show has got you covered. Maximize your brand's reach with our affordable advertising rates and reach a wide audience of engaged listeners. Your ad could be featured on our popular show, and we also offer audio and digital TV ad creations. Yes, you see, don't miss the opportunity. Call us now at 758-715-9458 or email us at thesohriaalexandershow@gmail.com to secure your advertising spot. Yes, big or small business, there is something for you. Ho, 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 ho.
Now, as I said, we as St. Lucians, not me, I don't fight people down. But if you come where my food is being served and you want to take it, I will serve you some tennis balls. We like to fight down people. Kidel Sonny and Desra Long just put out a new song on the 21st of June called Mash. Many of you wish y'all have said mash to many people earlier in your life and you would have been better. We see how people fight down one another. We see the things people do. But yet, what do we want to do? We still want to fight two brothers down. Where is the encouragement? Kidal Sonny and Desiree Long is not telling you to go and literally kick people and tell them mash. It is a mindset. Because I have been attacked. I have been, lots of envy and jealousy. Envy and jealousy is worse than Obia. Envy and jealousy is worse than Obia. And I have every right to tell a lot of people mash. Literally. Envy and jealousy is worse than Obia, and people want to come for Kidal. Did Kidal tell you go and kick a dog or go and kick people? He never said that. His song is such a breath of fresh air, so positive. But y'all thinking, y'all like to fight down an ordinary artist, two ordinary artists trying to make themselves. But y'all bigging up the politicians and doing everything wrong for y'all. Y'all bigging up the politicians. But the artists who are trying to put bread on their table eat. How many of y'all, because I give them credits, I did a Comedy Central show, I used their material, I give them credit, I shared the link on my Facebook page. You meant to tell me, let's say 60,000 people, you meant to say y'all cannot go and support his song on YouTube because you make money on YouTube according to your views, according to your traction, so he couldn't get some money. I'm telling you, only, and that's why I said it on my previous show, only when you leave St. Lucia and you go and you make it, and they said, look, Kidel, oh my, that's Kidel. Ooh, that's Desiree Long. Oh, he's a son of the soil. Ooh, he is from St. Lucia. We love him. We love him. That's the only time you'll know people, when the foreigners recognizes them. But y'all don't recognize and support the locals. Y'all don't do that. I understand the creative industry very well. We must give Jack his jacket. This song is beautiful. Why do you think Rihanna was spotted and she left and she went to the States and now she's a big star? Everybody loved Rihanna, but if she had just stayed there, an ordinary girl, y'all wouldn't want her. We are a bunch of hypocrites in this country. We are a bunch of hypocrites. That's what we are. Only when when you they only know you. Let's say if you marry a rich man, you have money, and you think, Mrs. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. But all the time you're there struggling, trying to bring yourself up. They don't know you. This is the mentality of our people. I love to see somebody hustling and bringing themselves up. Kidel is extremely talented. He's very personable. Imagine, I was playing, sometimes your young folks would know things better than you. I used to use his song for my first show when it just started. And Sonny in the building, it's when I played his song again. I tell Sally myself, oh my God. So Sonny in the building is actually Kidel, right? Because his name is Kidel Sonny. I don't put it together. I was a little slow. I didn't put it together. Big up to Kidel Sonny. And big up to Desiree Long. Let us stop that nonsense in St. Lucia. Creators do not fight each other down. Let me tell you, and they like that. Share, Facebook is their place for them to come and diss people and tell people things. I good for y'all. I good for y'all. Plat down, platter tires put y'all. Let me tell you, Kidel's song, and to air all those people like Caroline, people like Miriam, Sparkle. I'm trying to remember your names. Marco, Rusher. To all those, who came and watched, Bird Boss, Natuki. To all of y'all who came to watch Comedy Central, y'all saw the creativity. My producer, Badso. And people were saying, wow, good production. This is what creativity is. Not sitting down there, going and do a live and just cursing people. That ain't creativity. And this is why we are often offering the people in the youth economy, the small businesses who cannot afford the big dollar advertising. We are going to do it for you. We are going to help you out. We're not going to charge you an exorbitant amount. My producer can put my website on the screen so you can see, right? So let us be wary of what we are doing. Let us be wary of what we're doing. And with this, we'll take our second commercial break.
Catch the Sohria Alexander Show on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on 92.3 Liberty FM. This show will revolutionize your mind. Your host, Soso, awaits you. See you there.
Business owners, are you looking for affordable advertising options? Yes, you see, the Sohria Alexander Show has got you covered. Maximize your brand's reach with our affordable advertising rates and reach a wide audience of engaged listeners. Your ad could be featured on our popular show. And we also offer audio and digital TV ad creations, yes, you see? Don't miss the opportunity. Call us now at 758-715-9458 or email us at thesohriaalexandershow@gmail.com to secure your advertising spot, yes? Big or small business, there is something for you. Ho, 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 ho.
And we are back. Now, we are going to get into the meat of the matter. When God created the earth, He made man and woman. He didn't make Adam and Steve. He didn't make Eve and Yvette. Now you see me and this nonsense. The church has gone left because the church is very quiet and the LGBTQ plus have taken over. They have taken over. The churches have now been backed into a corner. And they are not coming out boldly to denounce what the LGBTQ wants to do. They want to take over. When you were born, you were man. When you were born, you were woman. Right? Now you want us who believe in God and who believe in male and female. Y'all want us to accept that we have to accept y'all because you want to change. The Bible has nothing like that. The Bible has nothing like that. And I'm going to put a meme. I will teach my child that a family consists of a man and a woman, and you don't have to agree with me because the same way you want to live your LGBTQ life how you want, I have a right to come and say that this is what the family has to be. Man and woman, not man and children, and woman and children. Man and woman. So there is no confusion. I will teach my children that a family is a man, a male with the male part, a female with the female part. And either you are a girl or a boy, you cannot be a it they. You cannot be a it they on no pronoun. You either have to be a he or a she. Period. You could change yourself. You can transform yourself. But if you are transforming yourself to say you want to be like me, you are a man and you want to transform yourself, you should be able to have my private part. You should naturally, and you should be able to bear a child. If you cannot bear a child, after you transform yourself to a woman, you are not a woman, you are he. You are he. And if you are a woman and you want to transform yourself into a man, you are not a man because you still have the private part of a woman. So you are she. So where is the confusion? They had their pride match yesterday. You know, and this world is heading to the lake of fire. This world is heading into calamity because if you stand on the word of God, and even if you do not stand on the word of God, you are defeating the purpose of being born of biology, because biology is never wrong. Biology is never wrong. Because if it was wrong, you should say, I don't feel like a woman, I want to change to a man, and automatically you're supposed to have your private part the men have and everything that comes to it. But you have to inject yourself, you have to change your figure, you have to put breasts, you have to put all kind of things. This is abomination. And the churches refuse to preach about those things. This is abomination. And you are quiet. And they had their match on Sunday, all over Pride March. And the Christians, where are the Christians to stand up against it? The churches have taken a back seat. The priests have taken a back seat. The pastors have taken a back seat. The evangelists have taken a back seat. God is going to hold you all on the day of judgment for not coming out as bold as I am to preach his word and say it is wrong. I will not accept that, because if you say that you are a transgender woman, you should be able to bear a child, 2 children like I did. If you can't, you are a he and not a she. Because I, Sohria Alexander, gave birth to 2 children. And if you cannot give birth to a child as a woman, they have to cut you, do C-section, as I did for both of my boys. C-section, I have my children. Can you do that? And there's a lot of abomination going on in this world where we are seeing transgender women behaving like men and they're barely big in front of them. You are a woman. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you change yourself, put all kind of stuff in you. As long as you have the private part a woman has, you are a woman. Even if you try to be like a man. Where are the pastors to preach on this? And y'all want to come to St. Lucia to tell our children, this is right. He, you are a he, you are a she, not it, not they, not them. All kind of foolishness. You either are a man or a woman. It is time we arise from that nonsense. You know, church for those pastors now is on Facebook, right? They want the biggest church. The biggest is the best. The biggest. Y'all are not preaching hellfire to the people, because from what I'm seeing, the LGBTQ, whatever they call themselves, they are taking control of the world. You want to stifle us who believe in man and woman and not in the transgender and the LG or whatever. You want to strangle us to keep us quiet. I ain't staying quiet. I'm going to talk against it. I am not staying quiet, because this is abomination. You cannot want to reverse biology for your purpose. It is a shame. It is a shame the things people accept and everybody is taking a back seat. This cannot be right, and it will never be right. Let us go into what is transgender. Saki transgender. Is it that you are a man or you are a woman, you are a boy, you are a girl? No in between, nothing. Is it that you are a boy? Oh, girl, like I say, gonna have eat. Oh, Father, this world, this new world. Let me tell you something, sweet people. Let me tell you something, sweet people. If Soso was younger, Soso would not bring any child into this world. This world is mad. This world is corrupt. And this world is filthy. Remember, I'm going to stop off and on. Remember, go buy the coffee, because this is good food I'm giving you. Support me. Me, you supporting nobody else. If you love me, support me. And be proud to support me, because I'm proud to come here to speak to you. Let's go to transgender. Transgender is a general term that describes people whose gender identity or their internal sense of being male, female, or something else does not match their sex they were assigned to at birth. Where did that ideology come from that I was born a woman and all of a sudden I think I am a man? Because if you were born a woman and all of a sudden you think you are a man, you should have all all the chemicals, all the everything that comes with a man. So you should be able to switch. But you have to go and take injections, all kind of things to transform to a man. This is abomination. And I'm going to speak, and I'm going to speak loud without fear. Because we have to stand on the word of God. We cannot let them take over, which I see they are taking over. But there are some radicals like me, I'll show you in a while, that are standing with me. By contrast, the term sex, they were assigned at birth. By contrast, the term cisgender describes people whose gender identity aligns with the sex they were assigned at birth. So right now, when you and I have like I said, I'm not having children, and if I was younger, I wouldn't. When your child born, you could be gender fluid. Oh my God, where did this abomination start from? It started from Sodom and Gomorrah. It started from Sodom and Gomorrah, and you see what happened to the city. The city was destroyed. And God said, if you want to be saved, walk away from the city. Do not look back at the filth and the wealth or whatever you left there. Look straight ahead. But Lot's wife turned back and she turned into a pillar of salt. Abomination galore in the world. And we are not going to allow anybody to bring this to St. Lucia. Bring this to our school and tell our children, you are not a girl, you are not a boy. We are not going to accept this rubbish. Not now, not ever. And everybody's so passive. Where is the outrage by the Christian community? The Christian community have backed away, have given up, have surrendered to this type of life. Most times when you see, they tell you, and adults, and this is why God said he's coming back to destroy this world with fire. Because let me explain this to you. Many people who you see saying they are boy, they are girl, but they are boy. They're girl, boy, but they want to be a girl. It's because they were tampered with by an adult. Tampered with by an adult. Abused by an adult sexually. Confusing their sexual orientation. And this is of the devil. And sometimes people who we left in charge of those children, they are the ones confusing them. So when they grow up, they believe, what was done to them have to continue. Oh my God, people, this topic is so interesting, and I'm going to show you a video. And the video is for like 7 minutes, but you got to listen, you got to understand, because we have gotten too passive. We have gotten like, we don't care anymore. Let's just do anything, anyhow. No pamele. Because before we go to the video, I want to say that to you, that God, but from the beginning of creation, Mark 10:6-9, New International Version. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder, separate. So you're telling me right now, and let me tell you, even marriage, people who are married, disobeying the word of God, everybody divorcing, everybody doing this. People are not following the word of God. And many of them who come to you to preach and tell you they are following the word of God, they cannot talk to you the way I am talking, because they accept any and everything, these pastors. Anyway, let's go to our video.
Yes, welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I don't know, can you hear? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we certainly can. Welcome to the show. This is Kendra Camp, and I just ask you to, refer to her as she on the show as she wants to
refer to. He's very competent.
Refer to her. Don't tell me how I must refer. Don't tell me that. I
Cassius?
am not obligated to refer to him as any way you tell me I must refer to him. I will refer to him as him. I'm not going to refer to him as a her. I'm sorry.
You don't care how much transitioning has happened.
That's a man. He is a man.
Cassius, let's
I don't care how much high heel shoes he wear, how much dress he wear. He's a man.
Am I wearing high heel shoes?
No, you're not. No, you're not. But look right in
Well,
this camera too is
see him.
yours.
I cannot see him. I cannot see him. So the screen is not split, so I can't see who I'm talking to.
Yes.
I
Cassius,
can only see you, Shanique. So forgive me on that. I can't see who I'm talking to.
okay.
But
Yes.
maybe
Cassius,
they can fix that in the back.
I'll start with this. I as you know, as a host here, I have to refer to people and give them the respect as they present themselves. But let's move on. Yeah, I know I'm the host and not you, so I understand that.
I'm the guest. I'm the guest.
Yes, I understand. Kendra, you wanted this moment with Cassius. I'll say this, Cassius. Kendra brazenly said to me a moment ago, she's doing God's work.
Yes, and I believe Cassius is doing God's work as well, because I think that he wants to protect children, and I think he also wants to protect LGBT children. So if he wants to go out and protest against protecting children from transitioning, I think I should stand next to Cassius and say the same thing, because we agree. And this is beyond the headlights, because this is the first time that the LGBT community and the cisgender community agree on something. So this is groundbreaking. This is historical. And I thank Cassius from the bottom of my heart for starting this movement, because now he is aligned with the LGBT community, because we want to protect children from transitioning.
Cassius
so I think
Stewart is
all of the
never
LGBT
gonna
persons should just stand with Cassius.
No. Don't mix it up. I'm not in line, and the God I serve does not support nor agree with homosexuality.
We're not talking
And
about
the God I
homosexuals. We're talking
serve-
about children.
Well, same difference. The God I serve is a God of order.
We have order,
And,
the order is to
I know-
protect the
I know you
children.
say you don't- I know
That
you're
is
saying-
the order.
I know
That
you
is
say
the
you don't-
agenda to
and-
protect children.
Let him
see,
speak, and then you can respond.
Shanique, the issue is you should have waited till I come in the studio.
No, look, Cassius,
Then
you
we could-
talk. No,
we
because
could
I
have
don't
a
need no
good show.
fight. I don't need to be up and down trying to take
We
off my
ain't gonna
earrings
fight,
apart
we
fighting
ain't
here.
We ain't gonna fight. We can have a discourse. We ain't gonna fight. But
Talk.
what I'm saying is that,
Respond.
You know, when I heard his issue, and it got me upset, because people who target children and abuse children should be put in jail for life. So he should have never had to psychologically gone through the experience that he had been through. And there are many other Bahamians who are molested and abused by whether they're people in the clergy or adults. And this is why we're going to go after them as well too. If you target children, if you abuse children, I think that you should get the death penalty or life in prison. Because in fact, it was Jesus who said that if you touch one of these little children, you should put a millstone around your neck and throw it overboard. You're better off being dead if you abuse children. And so I'm so sorry for whoever abused you when you were young. That should have never happened. Somebody should have never put you in a position where you had to psychologically deal with yourself and become at war with yourself. But for me, I think though there are many young people who are like you and who went through the same tragedy that you went through, and this is why our organization is going to fight to make sure that any adult who targets young children will get the maximum penalties of the law, because we got to protect our children across the board. And this is what a lot of people, when you do a case study on how young people are introduced into the lifestyle of LGBTQ, whatever it is, right? They've been abused. Some have molested. Some have not been, but some have been abused and some have been molested. We got to do whatever it takes to protect them, because we cannot allow our children
you must admit, though, a fair amount have been abused. A fair amount, Kendra, a fair amount have been abused.
I've done the case study, so I know there's a fair amount of young people across the world who have been sexually abused by adults, and this is what brought them into that lifestyle.
And people in authority that they trust, or they should have trusted.
But the majority of this happens within the church.
And that's what we're saying. We ain't trying to separate any one group from the next. An abuser and an abuser.
So why are you singling out the LGBT?
No, Cassius, I don't know if you want to respond first. Maybe I should go first. As the LGBT community is not what. Cassius, one sec. What she asks is why you singling out LGBT, and it's something else you said.
And is more abuse happening within the church, the religious institutions?
No, but we're not disputing that. But LGBT is not being singled out. What it is, Kendra, and you as a mother of a young child, you should know this. well, certainly
I
feel
do.
this.
That's why my
feel
child
this,
is not allowed to go to church.
You're keeping your child from church?
Why would I put my child into a situation that he would regret?
Well, see, you were speaking from church hurt, and that's totally understandable. What you described earlier, I understand where you're coming from. But
How
this,
can I send my child to
Jamal,
me?
don't call no church name, please. Don't. Let me just focus right here. Don't do not call church name or any church name. For example, you never attend. So you're talking about a church many years ago that is even not in this country. Fair enough? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. A church and a pastor that's not in this country. I know you use that as an example, but yeah, we don't want to call no churches because what you're going to do is get me sued on this here platform. But I want to say this. No, it is not about.
I just use it as a.
No, I know you use it as an example,
Yeah.
but you don't understand. And so the thing is, it is not an attack really against LGBT persons, etc. It is the fact that movement has now spawned and developed so many tentacles. Now, a part of one tentacle is transgender. So there's the transgender people, right? And that is now turned into trans education. And I know that somebody like yourself, you've been paying attention and seeing the images and seeing, etc. And really it happened. You may say, well, Shanique, that's there. What you bringing there here for? Okay, I don't want to keep regurgitating this part. 1 second, please, Kendra. How this debate started and conversation started here. That question was put to a prominent person in this country. Is it time to introduce, listen to the wording very carefully, transgender education to the Bahamas? The response was yes.
My people, did you listen to the clip attentively? This is a serious matter. This is a serious matter. They are slowly creeping in the various Caribbean countries to indoctrinate us into this kind of lifestyle. And you hear what the lady said, not the lady, the man, because I agree with Cassius, right? Cassius is saying you could do all the transformation you are still a man. And I agree with him because this lady is saying that she wants to protect children. How are you protecting children? You were abused, as you said, okay? And then because of that, you are now, transitioning yourself from a man to a woman. You're still a man, whether you like it or not. We are asking the Caribbean people and the world to accept something that is not normal. It is not normal. We have to deal with all sorts of issues, and now we want to confuse our children. We want to confuse our little ones. Our little ones that's supposed to be natural, rolling in the mud, rolling in the grass, going to school, playing with their friends. We want to introduce that into the school system, telling them, what are we doing? And people, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Open up your minds. Open up your minds, because let me say this to you. If you are not careful as a parent, a family within your home with little children growing up, you know what they are going to do? They are going to take your responsibility as a mother, as a father, as a grandma, granddad. Excuse me, people. As that child's ward or guardian, they're going to take it and want to introduce, and you have to be very careful, and introduce to your child in the schools, the public schools, introduce to them that you can be gender fluid, you can be whatever you want. Now this is why, I not that I used to wonder, but as a child growing up, because I'm Pentecostal, and I know a lot of Adventist people. And then I find a lot of these Adventist people would send their children to the, because at that time, my granny lives Lance Road, and the Seventh-day Adventist infant school, primary school was in Lance Road nearby Jean-Marie and Sons. And these people who were deep in their faith always send their children to the Seventh-day Adventist school and even to the secondary school. They are protecting their children from this madness. And all the time, these Pentecostal church sitting there, want to get rich, want to build this, want to build that. Why didn't you all think of having Christian university, Christian schools, so that we take control of this kind of narrative? This is madness, and nobody, and if you see, I still had little children going to school, y'all would not teach that nonsense to my child. Y'all would not. And teach your children. You know, y'all don't like to talk to your children. Teach your children the truth about things. Teach your children the truth about things. And this is why I keep saying to y'all, I have to remember to say to y'all, this is why I am here, giving you good content for you to think, not ferocious content. So buy the stars, buy the coffees, go ahead, support me. I won't be ashamed to tell you to support me in buying the coffees or stars, because we have too many people on Facebook doing rubbish. And we have people like Natuki Anthony. Y'all need to go and listen to Natuki. You, me, you, him, me. Sorry, you, him, her. I can't remember it. But y'all need to go and listen to Natuki. You need to go listen to him too. He looks at things from a different perspective. But you know, what you're like is to gravitate towards the political show and you learn nothing. And then when your children start to falter, when you see your children go astray, you know, to say, oh dear, I spent so much time on Facebook and politics. Oh, my child didn't do well in CXC, my child didn't do well at Common Entrance. Oh, my child like my girl child like a girl, my boy child like a boy, my girl child wants to turn into a man, because you didn't take the time to sit with your children. You see me? I have time to be on Facebook now. I have time to do what I want. Because let me tell you that. My life was invested in my children. And I remember the 2016 politics, the election where Shasney won. Yeah? I was batting for Shasney at that time. You think I would be there campaigning for Shasney for him to win, and my child's going on sitcom and engines? And I not there? I told y'all before, I take 3 weeks. Both of my children take 3 weeks out with my child helping. Boom. Went to CXC. Boom. Both of them mash up Common Entrance and CXC. Both of them mash it up. But y'all busy. Though your children slipping under your arm with this LGBTQT magie. Your children will come on and say, Mommy, I am a girl. Mommy, I'm a he. And then you'll say, like, what are you talking about? And then your child will tell you, Mommy, I am gender fluid. You'll be like, what you talking about? Because you're too busy in politics. You're too busy in Zafemun than to sit and look at what your children are doing and what they are putting in the children's mind. You need to get up from your posterior and start going to the PTA meetings. Start going to the school unannounced. They cannot tell you not to come to a school unannounced. Go to the school, because sometimes when you go, you see things you'll be mad and surprised at. Take control. Parents, we have to take control. I am speaking for you. I don't have little babies. I have big men. But you need to take control. A lot of your children will come and be different, and you will say, when that happened, because you're more interested in sniffing politicians' posterior, sniffing every show that does not educate you. Because when you leave my show, I send you to think. Think of you, not about any politician, and you're going to bed, your head hurting you, all kind of nonsense. Where do you get off, parents? You'll just leave the children to the school. You cannot leave the children to the schools now. You cannot do that. And you heard the man. The man was adamant. Stuart was adamant. That's a clip from Bahamas. Stuart was adamant that I am not calling him Miss Kenjo or whatever, or refer to her as a she. That is a he. That is a he. What are you doing about it, St. Lucia? Are you going to allow, because I heard Yadi had called the Minister of Education, I think it is, I don't want to lie, maybe earlier this year, because I did a show about it. We're in June, so maybe earlier this year. Yes, earlier this year. And then the minister said he had to give the, the politically correct answer. The minister said, oh, when I get to that bridge, we will cross it, and blah, blah, blah. We don't know what you do. He don't know what you do. You're not bringing that head to St. Lucia. St. Lucia have too much problems, too many social issues, too many things, and some of you are living in the States watching me, or in the developed world, you all say, no, so need to open our mind. Yeah, my mind is open to the word of God. I have no problem with people living their lives how they are, but you cannot push it on me to say to me to accept you as a transgender woman, and you still have the male part, the male penis. You still have it. You're supposed to have a vagina. You're supposed to have a vagina if you're a woman. And anybody, let me tell you how I blow their theory out of the water. This is just because of abuse, and the man said that. And if you have been abused, you're supposed to be able to get help. You're supposed to be able to get counseling. But this is what we have to work on. And the lady was saying that even in the churches, the abuse and thing happened. We're not saying no, we're saying yes. But because it happens, it doesn't mean that we must change the narrative or change things to suit you. Let us change things so you can get help from what has happened to you. These are the things that y'all need to talk about. But what do y'all do? Politics. Y'all praising politicians, and your children slip away from you. They slip away from you. These are the things we have to be fighting for. Wake up, people. Where are the Christians? Where are the pastors? Where are the deacons? They are doing more things. So you have people like Soso to come and speak. I will not accept anything like gender fluid. If he's a he or she, or it or her, or they or a them, or a frog or a bottle or makeup. Nah! You are either a he or a she. Period. Now, some of you will not agree with me, and that's fine. But I stick to my conviction. The same way the LGBTQT had their pride rally and thing, I want me to accept you. Why don't you want to accept my Jesus? Why don't you want to accept what is right? Adam and Eve, and not Adam and Steve. Why don't you want to accept? I'm going hard tonight because nobody is preaching and saying the things that God wants them to say. Where are we going? Where are we going? And I'm saying mash to that. I am saying mash to that nonsense. I am saying mash to that nonsense. We are not accepting that. We are not going to accept that in our school system because, parents have to stand up against that. And we're supposed to be a religious church. The church is bowing down. The church is bowing down to the idols. The church is bowing down to Satan. We say mash.
They always have some old mixed breeds that is minding your business. They must stop that.
Mashton, I hope you choke.
Move. Stand in the building.
Mash. All of them not watching you. Mash. None of them can talk to you. Mash. None of them on top of you. Mash. Send them away. Via shit. Mongrel. Via shit. Mongrel. Via shit. Mongrel. Via shit. Send them away. No dogs allowed.
None.
Why you watching me? Do I stand out in a crowd? Why you on my case and you're so damn proud? Want to access my files like your name is iCloud. Everywhere I go, you want to follow. You would swear you have an exam to write tomorrow. Here's a tough pill, very hard to swallow. My life is so full and yours is so hollow. Everywhere we go, they want to follow. You would swear they have an exam to write tomorrow. Here's a tough pill, very hard to swallow. Our life is so full and this is so hollow. So we tell them,
Mash, mash. All of them not watching you. Mash, mash. None of them can talk to you. Mash, mash. None of them on top of you. Mash, mash. Send them away. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Send them away. This is for the ones that love to malpale. Even if nothing is going on, they have something to say. They minding people business like it's so they getting paid. Well, the check go into bonks when you try to cash on me. How you vex I doing well, and up to now you air trying to big up yourself. I work hard to put myself on the shelf. You don't see them people really sick and need help. If you not so, they say give me a sign. Kid, they'll tell me why they so bad mind. When they see you rise, you swear it's a crime. All dogs may roam, so send them and lime. Kid, they'll tell them, mash, mash. All of them not watching you. Mash, mash. None of them can talk to you. Mash, mash. None of them on top of you. Mash, mash. Send them away. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Mongrel. Via share. Send them away.
only dogs that understand mash. So if it fall in your kennel and in your doggy bowl, eat it.